So,
Yep, me
well,
too.
hello there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gaming Podcast, which doesn't even have a name. So joining me as usual is Ben, but we've got a guest today, which is Luke.
Luck.
Luke.
However you want to say
Sorry.
it.
Do you want to introduce yourself and then tell us a little bit about what you collect?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm Luc from Belgium. My main collection is PS2. I have well over 900 games, I think.
Nice.
Hard to keep track.
It's with PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So we're all big PS2 collectors then.
Yep.
Nice. I think I'm sitting around 700 games myself. I did sell quite a few.
I've sold a few, but I've still got well over. Well, I mean, you can see in the background. I've still got loads.
Yeah. There's got to be quite a few there at least. What, 1, 2, 3, 4? There's got to be at least 500 games behind you there, aren't there, Ben? At least.
At least. Let me count how many on the shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god, this is going to take forever.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
They easily take over the PS2 games, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, right, I think what we're going to do this episode is talk about, I don't know if you're very familiar with Phoenix games.
Oh.
Oof.
Yeah, I think there's about 80 games per shelf, and there's like 10 shelves on each one.
And most of the Phoenix games are just rubbish.
Well, they're terrible games. But me and Ben have a fondness for how easy they are. There seems to be quite a lot of people lately that seem to be interested in learning about Phoenix and trying to get all the games. So
yeah, actually, I don't know if they're trying to get interested because they see it as an investment, because like some of the game prices now are like crazy high, or if they've actually got a genuine interest, you know.
I think it's mostly to do. People are seeing cash in their eyes. They think they're going to become millionaires off buying a couple of Phoenix games, but it's never going to happen. But
no.
well,
I mean, unless you can be the finder of 2 Ocean Commanders like me, but.
But then you're still not rich from it, are you? I mean, you know, you might have made 1,000% profit, but.
Yeah, I'm not exactly rich, but you know, I do all right.
Yeah,
But,
they're never going to make millions with them. But honestly, finding them is a treat.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if I'd found a sealed shipper of Ocean Commanders, then I might have made $1 million. But
it's the games that are never released that you want to find. The ones that possibly might have been finished.
Like Marble Chaos, is it? That's one.
Yes, and
the other one, which we shouldn't mention.
Oh yeah, Flower Fever.
Flower Fever. I've not heard of that one.
Which
okay.
It's a game that they actually was finished. It was due for DS and PS2 release, but it was supposed to release about 2 weeks after Monster Eggs, and then it never released, and then not long after that, Phoenix disappeared. So that's a game that could possibly be on a disc somewhere, never officially released, but could possibly exist somewhere. But the only good thing is, which I've mentioned before to Ben, but one of the company that made most of the Phoenix games called Data Design Interactive.
EDI, yeah.
Yeah, that their main office was actually in my hometown, literally less than a mile from my house.
Yeah.
And I'd never knew. When I found out, they went bankrupt the year before. So like all their stuff just. God knows what happened to it, but you know there could have been so many things we could have uncovered.
The same people who made Myth Makers and stuff like that, aren't they?
That's it, yeah. So I'm not sure if they did actually Flower Fever, but probably did. But it would have been nice if I'd have found out before they'd have gone bankrupt. Could have at least got some information out of them. But where all their stuff went, I do not know. But it's floating around somewhere. There's some secret source code of crappy games floating around somewhere.
Well, maybe you could try tracking down some of their developers.
Yeah, but the trouble is, you finish a Phoenix game and you either get no ending or just a well done screen. You don't get any titles. You don't you don't get to find out who worked on the game. It's just a thank you, if that. But yeah, I've completed.
DDI. They did Orbs of Doom for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. They did quite a few. They did probably 30 of the Phoenix games.
And they did Mythmaker's Superkart GP.
Yeah, that's it. The same. A lot of the games got released on the Wii, but under Popcorn Arcade label. Sorry, what was that?
Why do I have 2 copies of that game?
I just never knew that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, main PS2, so Wii was never really on the board for me.
That's weird. I have 2 copies. Yeah.
Yeah.
One
by
sealed,
DDI and one by Phoenix, yeah?
Oh yeah, the sealed one is just by DDI. That'll be why I have 2 then.
It's because in some European territories, DDI released it themselves. I'm not sure why. Or check the date on the DDI one if it's after 2006.
2007.
When's the other one?
2003?
Yeah, because Phoenix UK closed down in 2006, was it?
Yeah, so DDI re-released it in 2007 then.
Yeah.
Which is quite late in the development cycle of the PS2.
Midway through, yeah.
Well, because considering the PS3 released in 2003...
5, wasn't it? No, it was 5, wasn't it?
No, it was 3 or 4.
I'm sure we've had this debate before.
No, I'm pretty sure, right? Let me Google that. Because I'm pretty sure it's 2003.
I'm sure it's 2005.
No, it wasn't that late, mate, because I was working at a certain other supermarket at the time when it came out.
I'm sure PS3 was 2005. I know you're probably going to prove me wrong now.
Oh, okay. No, we're both wrong.
Oh, 2004 then.
No, 2006.
Oh, eh? Oh, okay then.
It says PlayStation 3 was first released in Japan on November 11th, 2006.
Oh, so it would have been 2007 here then.
Yeah.
How does, obviously you live in Belgium, did you say?
Yeah.
So how does new release consoles and stuff work there? Do they all come out at the same time as everybody else, or do you have any delays or anything like that?
We usually come out around the same time
As the rest of Europe, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
And are they, like, does Sony cater for Belgium, or is it all import and you have to pay an extortionate fee for console, or is it standard prices?
Well, standard prices for everything, just languages are different.
You either get Dutch games or you get the French games, depending which part of Belgium you're in, I suppose.
All right. Okay.
No. We usually get just a mishmash of everything.
Okay,
Right.
fair enough.
So we get
I suppose
Dutch,
that'd be like
German, then French, then Italian, and
all right. So it's just whatever.
yeah. But if you go across the border to the Netherlands, they have more localized games.
Yeah.
But then you
You
obviously
get pure
you
Dutch
understand Dutch, so because you're that kind of Belgium.
Yeah, Flemish.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Flemish. Thank you.
I've been putting a lot of videos together for YouTube at the minute about Phoenix, unreleased games and games where they changed the names and the cover art and stuff like that. But I put out a video a couple of weeks ago on stolen artwork that they used. Some of it dating back from the 70s, stolen from book covers, stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. So,
But I mean, one of the weirdest games that they ever did. Let me find it.
was that every game?
Well, there is one that's even worse.
I mean, I did a full playthrough of Fairy Tales, which is definitely by far the best PS2 game they did. and it's a proper game. It's like a real-time strategy version of Cannon Fodder.
Right, I found it now.
Quite interesting.
Are you ready for
a
this?
couple of hours to get through it. Yeah,
Are you ready for this?
Go on then. Nah, you can't really call it a game though. It's just
No, but I mean, it is one of the most weirdest things ever.
yeah. Well, that's done. What's his name? He's a Dutch guy who made that. I mentioned him. He's the other guy who did the Pac-Man clone game.
Yeah, he did the cover art, right?
Yeah, I can't think of his bloody name now. But yeah, he did the cover for that as well.
Yeah, but it's quite creepy.
That was definitely creepy. Someone was on about it on Twitter earlier, and they said, "Is it true that Snow White's not in the game at all?" And I posted the video, and I said, "Well, she changes into Cinderella, because in the game that Snow White doesn't exist anymore, and the main woman character that you see, he's got blonde hair."
you know what's interesting though about this copy?
What?
It's got the 2007 copyright date on it.
Yeah.
Copyright 2007 Phoenix Games Holland BV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it 2006 they went bankrupt, or was that 2007?
No, only in UK. They continued in Holland until 2010.
Oh, okay.
And then, actually, something I found out recently is they filed for bankruptcy in 2010, but then in 2012, the bankruptcy was halted because apparently I don't know how it works in the Netherlands, but apparently they couldn't afford to go through with bankruptcy. So, I'm not sure even how that works, but the bankruptcy can't continue apparently because they've got no. I don't know. It must be one huge mess. But yeah,
I think it's assets.
Status. It's what? Sorry.
The assets need to be sold to make up for the bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing left to sell,
then
it can't go.
Yeah. It's just hanging in limbo. So yeah, I did find out the company who dealt with the bankruptcy in Britain, and I tried to contact them to see if there was anything left, but they never got back to me. So it was a bit of a shame.
What about tracking down Paul Scher's daughter? Any luck with her? Have you got any more information out of her?
No, still nothing. I mean, the message has mysteriously been deleted, and I've just got no way of getting in touch with her. So tried Googling umpteen times, but I don't know.
It's like she doesn't exist, like her whole family doesn't exist.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, I know where his brother is. I know where
Steve is.
Yeah, I know where he is, but I've also emailed him and he won't respond. Well, he hasn't responded. In fact, everybody I email about Phoenix Games, they'll either respond, and then as soon as I mention Phoenix, they'll stop responding, or they just don't respond at all. And it's like,
well, maybe they're like ashamed of what happened.
There must be one.
Yeah, I think they're not responding with a reason.
Yeah. Well, there's a rumor floating around that with a Peter Pan cover, because it uses artwork from Kingdom Hearts.
Disney? Oh, King of Hearts. Disney, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, yeah. It steals one of the background images from Kingdom Hearts. And there was rumour that Phoenix got sued because of it. But all I can find out to prove that is the story that somebody's posted on a random forum who claimed that they used to work for Disney. And that in there was a picture of the Phoenix Peter Pan game cover hanging on the wall as if like it was to take the pee, because apparently Disney sued Phoenix because of it. Now, I can't find any proof of it because that's all it is. But what I did find out is the last game Phoenix ever released was Peter Pan. So it could possibly be true that they released it and then, was threatened with lawsuits. So they just closed the company down and, you know what I mean, left into the night. So I need to do some more digging.
It does sound.
I can't get to that one at the moment.
What, you can't find Peter Pan?
Well, no, I can find it, but I can't get to it because it's behind the sofa on the floor.
No, it's not. Yeah. Are you going for a full set, Luke? Or
No.
No.
Never,
He did-
never. I decided never to go for a full set because
He doesn't want shit like where is
FIFA?
it? FIFA.
300
exactly.
copies of FIFA.
I did get the last one.
Yeah, well.
One of the last games ever to come out on the PS2, so
Yeah.
I did get that one. But every other FIFA game, no, thank you.
Yeah, I'm the same. I specifically with PS2, specifically went for games that just looked crazy, just looked cheesy and terrible, and I just wanted to experience all these terrible games that were out there, and so many of them. It's just unreal.
But you've also got some of the Yu-Gi-Ohs, haven't you, Al?
The what? Yu-Gi-Ohs? No, I've got none of them.
Have you not?
No. Is that the one
Our
where
card's still inside.
they come with cards, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep. I spent ages tracking those cards down.
Yeah, that's another reason I'm not going for a full set. All the collector's editions and the little tidbits that come with the games. Just a nightmare.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. I've been like looking for ones with like postcards or sticker sheets in and things like that. I have been buying some of them, but it's getting a bit out of control. I've compiled a list actually. It'll be going on the website soon.
I did have a list myself of all the special editions I found. That's the
Well,
Duelist of the Rose cards.
I'm well over 100 games on the list that have got special limited editions with like oversized boxes or special gifts or something like that. There's well over 100 of them, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
man,
absolutely. That's
when
why I
does
got
this
out of it in
end?
the end. That's why I got out of it. I'm like, this is getting crazy now.
Thing is, it's even worse in France because there seems to be like more special editions than games in France. It just seems that every game that gets released, they just put it in a blister pack with a control pad or something random and go, yeah, special edition. It's like, whoa, there's just millions.
Well, that's the other last one, the Capsule Monster Colosseum cards.
Cool. I will have to get them because I'll keep buying them little bits with the free kits, but there's got to come to an end one day.
Good luck trying to find them with the cards, though, mate.
I know. I'll just buy them off you.
I had to buy the cards separately and add them back in.
All right.
Because a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh collectors were taking them out of the games and keeping the cards and then just getting rid of the games.
Yeah. Well, let's be real. Something like that, the Yu-Gi-Oh games would have only been brought by Yu-Gi-Oh players. Like they wouldn't have.
Yeah.
It's like releasing a Pokemon game. Only
But
Pokemon players play Pokemon games. You know, someone who plays Resident Evil ain't gonna choose to go out and buy a Pokemon game, aren't they? You know?
True, but I mean, they kept the cards sealed, but they took them out of the game, which is quite strange. I don't quite get it, but yeah.
Collectors, what are you gonna do with them?
Indeed. It's like I've never actually found another game that we should talk about is the Spider-Man limited edition.
Yes, I still need the comic. I keep looking and looking and looking.
I've never found a English copy with the comic.
Well, I have.
I mean, I've got
Not for the right price.
I've got the comic, but mine says .us on it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, didn't you buy it from the US? That's why.
Yeah, I bought my comic from the US because I've never found a UK one with the comic inside it. I mean, there was that sealed one on Italy, but I wasn't going to spend like 50 quid on it to open it and find out it doesn't have the comic inside it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you'd find out is if it ever had the comic at all. Because it says on the back of it that it includes it, but I've never actually seen it in it. It says right there
Yeah.
that it includes a comic on the back on the slipcase, but I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Should be in. Yeah, I'm still missing the comic. But there's only it's surprising because in the USA, quite a lot of games came with comics.
Yep.
But over here, I can only find, I think it's 3. Might be 4, but I think it's 3. 3 games.
There's the Transformer one.
Transformer one, the Spider-Man one, the Donald Duck one.
Yeah, I've got the Donald Duck one. I've got the US Spider-Man one that goes with the Spider-Man game. I don't have the Transformer one. Never could find that. I did find the oversized box, but it didn't come. It was a later re-release of the oversized box.
Yeah. From the research I did on that Transformers pack, what it looks like is the only way you could get the game in that box with the comic was if you brought it from one of the signing days by the guy who wrote the comic. When they released the game, he went round a load of game shops and did like signing days. And if you went there, you could buy the game, and he'd sign whatever. If you wanted him to sign something at all, the game came with the comic. But
because it said it had like a sticker on the cover.
Or you could send off if you joined his mailing list. He sent you the comic through the post. So there was 2 ways you could get it, but I think it was only if you went to a signing day that you could get it with the game. Otherwise, they just shipped it in that 3D box with no comic.
Another budget publisher that's pretty bad is Blast.
I love Blast. I did a good write-up on the website about them, detailed history of everything. It was quite a shame from really. That's not a bad game, actually.
No, I mean, a lot of Blast games are better than...
You're timed in that game.
A lot of Blast games are better than Phoenix, for sure.
And you've got like an hour and a half to complete the game before the woman drowns. And I don't know, and I was going through, and I'm at the last level, and I'm like literally 20 seconds away from finishing the game, and then the time runs out. And you just comes to a cutscene, and you just see the water go up over her head.
I remember you were playing that. What was that game where you had to try and break into somewhere? Could have been.
Yeah. But Blast was quite a good idea, really. They just executed.
Could have been Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, I think it's Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking of when I said Miami Vice.
Yeah, I think it's Beverly Hills Cop, and you have to break in, don't you?
I don't know. It's been that long since I played that one. But yeah, I will just go back and do full playthroughs of the Blast games once I'm finished with Phoenix. I've got about 15 Phoenix games left to do full playthroughs of. And then,
you poor soul.
And mate. So I'm playing some of these games. I'm thinking, why do I keep putting myself through this misery? KO King, the boxing game. I spent like 3.5 hours finishing that game, and it doesn't even give you an ending. you become the greatest boxer, and that's it. Nothing happens. It's like what?
But well, you started with the low. You can only go up from there.
Yeah, it's just like they thought, no one's ever going to get to the end of this, so we won't even bother making an ending.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good game.
King. It's great because you can do moves to the opponent without even touching them. You can punch people to the floor without even being anywhere near them. It's great.
Have you got the UK edition of that yet, Earl?
Yeah.
It's quite hard to find that one in the UK.
I don't know. There's 4. I think there's 4 I need.
Because I know a lot of those are multilingual, so that's all you can find. It's very hard to find the UK only. Of KO King took me for ages. A bit like the other one that they did.
But yeah, that's just because the UK one usually is harder to find than the multilingual one.
Yes, completely.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the other hard UK to find. I don't know. Have you found your manual now? Oh.
I know. I still need a manual for mine. I've got the UK copy, but no manual.